All right, so today we're going to start talking about the water cycle. So we're taking a little bit of a switch from talking about the rock cycle to the water cycle. And our focus question for this first day is just going to be, what is the water cycle? So this is a little bit blurry, but it still shows a lot of good information. So what I want you to notice is that, for one thing, we talk about it being a cycle because we can recycle or use things again. It doesn't just happen once and then that is the end. There is no end point. It continues to go around. So, transpiration or water coming off of plants then goes through condensation, where the water molecules are kind of coming together. Once they're big enough, we have this precipitation in the form of rain, sleet, snow, hail. Once this comes down, we have this runoff where it then goes into some body of water, sometimes the ocean. And from that body of water, evaporation can occur. And then this condensation again, where clouds form, and back to precipitation. So you'll notice that there's a cycle that can happen. Evaporation is when water molecules are heated by the sun and they turn into water vapor. So it's water in the gas form. So water can be in liquid, solid, or gas form. Transpiration is when water molecules in plants and trees are heated by the sun, and then this turns into water vapor in gas form. So this is the same as evaporation, but the source of the water is coming from plants and trees. Condensation. This is when the water molecules are cooled and they come together in clouds. And everyone's seen condensation on the outside of a cup or a bottle. It's these little beads of sweat almost that happen on the outside of glasses when there's a temperature difference. Precipitation. So once these water molecules condensate and they're in the clouds, if they become really heavy and form these droplets, they can come down as rain, sleet, or snow, and this is what we call precipitation. So this is another picture of the water cycle, and you see the transpiration down here, evaporation above the water, condensation, and precipitation going down. Don't worry about this percolation. It has to do more with that groundwater idea. And again, in this, we're going to add in another word that another two words we haven't really talked about, where there's either transpiration or evaporation, condensation, and then precipitation, infiltration, and runoff. And we're going to talk about more about these two later this week. So don't get hung up on this infiltration and runoff. One thing I do want you to notice from this picture, as well as this picture, there's one thing you can see in both pictures, and that is the sun. And the sun is the main energy input when talking about the water cycle. The water cycle will not occur without the sun. So you'll notice in any picture about the water cycle, the sun is always present, and it helps to fuel this evaporation and transpiration part that brings this water up. Go ahead and move on to your rest of your worksheet for today. There's an interactive link for you posted on the website. Once you're done, make sure that you do your exit ticket.